Soldier Field opened back in 1924 with the Bears becoming tenants in 71, and what a home field advantage it has become here in Chicago. Tonight it's the Thursday opener for the new NFL season, as it'll be the Green Bay Packers taking on the Chicago Bears. Just about set for a start. Happy to have you with us, and we are underway here on Thursday Night Primetime. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And he'll go out of bounds, but 10 yards inside of enemy. Territory at the 40. Great return.
It's tough enough to play defense anyway, but after a return like that, now your mindset has to change a little bit. Instead of going out and just getting settled in the first few plays, you have to be prepared for just about anything.
They'll run on first down. It's Parker. They'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark it down at the 9. 31 yards there and a first down. Opening quarter, his opening carry of the game, and I think they'll give it to him a few more times, as they should.
You're exactly right about that. With that type of a run, you want to repeat it many times until they show signs of stopping it. I think he did his visualization exercise before this one, and they're paying off.
And he'll get this down inside the 5 and 4 before he's out of bounds. And they give him 5 that time as they draw a bit closer here for a 2nd and goal. So that run gets them about halfway home.
Yeah, it's now 2nd and goal. The end zone beckons. It looms. They can do whatever they want. Full playbook. Run it again, or they can go play action and try and put it in that way.
From the gun, they'll try to run it. And the second effort gets him in. Touchdown, Packers. Taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Packers are on the board here first in the season opener. Extra point splits the uprights. And it's now a 7-0 game. So the Packer kickoff team set to go as they will kick this one away. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. Looking to put a drive together. They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
An awful lot of congestion in the middle third of the field, but how about our defensive tackle right there? He just hold the line. He provided some push and smacked the ball carrier down for a loss.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Looking to throw is Williams. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end.
Now you can exhale. The season is officially underway. Plenty of work done during the offseason, camp, and the preseason that led to that first throw of the year.
Here is 3rd down and 4. To the air, Williams. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. Mark that down as a pickup of 13, and the Bears have the first.
First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
They'll go play action here with Williams. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. Well, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run.
First and 10 at the 37-yard line.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, second and 12.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
To throw, it's Williams. Pass caught by Burden. He's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 7.
Here's Williams. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers 19. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue. This is shaping up to be a really nice-looking drive to get the season underway here.
And how long do you think that they actually have been plotting this drive? I'm talking about the coaching staff, right? They've been thinking about this for a while now, and I think they're executing it even better than what they expected.
Another catch there for Ronald. And the Bears are going to have a first and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5.
It's all pretty simple sometimes, isn't it? Go where the defenders are not, and he does exactly that. Makes a nice catch to move the chains. Defense, got to find a better way of accounting for the shorter routes that are being run against them.
A chance for their first points of the season here as it's first and goal. On first and goal, Howard. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Bears. Taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Bears are able to match the opening drive touchdown against them with one of their own. Point after, right down the middle. And we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And he is out of bounds as they'll start up past the 30. At their own 32-yard line. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. And Charles, these early season in-division games are always interesting because you're still kind of figuring yourself out, but you want to know as much as you can about the opponent, especially when touchdown Packers. Jamison Williams, 68 yards, and the Packers have taken the lead. No going for 2. They'll kick the point after. Extra point up and through. And that makes the score 14-7. 14. Bears 7. Will Weichert to kick off. So the Packer kickoff team set to go as they will kick this one away. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. At their own 30-yard line. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. Perfect start to the season on their first drive last time out, able to find the end zone. Now we'll see if they can make it 2 for 2 here in week 1. Williams looking to do it himself. Open man down the field. That's Burden. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across across midfield. 23 yards on the play.
Bears, first down. First and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Now they'll change things around before the snap. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain.
The tackle made at the 47-yard line. 1-yard gain brings up second and
Ball on the
9.
47-yard line. Here's a second down and 9. And they'll run on the inside handoff. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
Williams from the gun on third down. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 34-yard line. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score.
The 34-yard line.
Back in Chicago, ready for the second quarter. It's the Bears in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Play action. Now Williams. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. And incomplete on the deep ball.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
Here's 2nd and 10. To throw, Williams. Over the middle and complete to Waddle. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 21.
That's another Bears first down. 1st and 10 at the 21-yard line.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they bottled them up throughout the game because that was his longest run of this contest.
Throwing is Williams. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
That's a pretty play there. Got in at the last second, helped force the ball free, and kept them out of the end zone.
The offense on third down tonight, a perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This will be 3rd and 5. And that is caught. Touchdown, Bears. Jalen Waddle, a 15-yard touchdown grab. And the Bears are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. And partner, they found a gap there on the post pattern, and it was in the middle third of the field.
And that's really difficult to do because ordinarily the safeties are back there to prevent that happening. But they found the opening and exploited it.
Borregales now for the extra point. And we've got a good one brewing. We're all knotted up at 14. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Here's Love. That's taken in by Golden. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And it'll be 2nd down.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Now he's loose at the 40. Inside the 20. Touchdown, Packers. A great play there. Already his second touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Packers are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead is now 21-14. So the Packer kickoff team set to go as they will kick this one away. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They'll look for a drive to tie this up, down 21-14 as they have it 1st and 10. And he'll get nothing out of that one. No gain on the screen there at 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
I like the calmness of how he played the ball here. No panic in his eyes as that throw arrived. Tracked it from the moment it left the quarterback's hand, and that's just where he needed to be to knock it away.
An incomplete pass on 2nd down. It muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. From the gun, here's Williams. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
The offense staying out there. They look prepared to go here on 4th and 10. They'll go. Here's Williams. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. From the shotgun, a throw for Williams. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. They'll give him 4 yards there, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
I know it was a game, but you have to sense probably a little bit of disappointment there because when it's out there in open space, I think they expect to get more out of a play, don't you?
Especially when you're getting it to your guy out of the backfield. You're expecting him to be able to create something, be a little more shifty.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Good open field tackling held it to an okay game.
3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down? Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. From the gun on 3rd down, Williams. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
On 4th down, here's Williams. And he is caught. He's got the first down and more than that. And did he get in? No. Down at the 1-yard line. Wow, 1st and goal, and defensively all they can do is shake their heads. Not only did they allow the conversion, but a big play as well. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. A chance now to get even before the break as they come up 1st and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Taking it in from a yard out. And the Bears are an extra point away from drawing level. The extra point now for Borregales. He's got it, and we're all tied at 21. Couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. And that one not returnable. It's over the back line of the end zone, so that's going to be spotted up at the 30-yard line. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. A lot of time for this unit to game plan on the sideline after that drive if they watch the other side just score. But remember, last time they were out, they scored as well. We'll see if they can seize that momentum right back.
And they have had a lot of time to cool off from reaching the end zone the last time. So have they been able to keep themselves mentally sharp and into this game, even though they haven't been on the field? And you and I both know, one big play, though, gets them right back up to that level.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Love from the gun. Pass caught. That's Golden. They'll go down as a gain of 6. And that will bring up second down.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
25 yards that time. And now he's really knocking on the door for 700. That is career catch 699. Oh, how about this call down near the goal line? And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Christian Watson with career touchdown number 162, tying him with LaDainian Tomlinson for third place all time. And the Packers will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half. Extra point splits the uprights, and they will take a 7-point lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
26-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. With this slim deficit closing in on the end of the first half, we'll see if they can move this at least into field goal range and try to get 3 out of this drive. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down. Back to throw. Williams. That's downfield. He's got Loveland. Unable to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
First and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. That's caught. Waddle on the left side. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. 23 yards, the final tally. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of, until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. This one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's second down.
It's second down and 10.
To the air once more. Williams. Over the middle. That's to Loveland, the tight end. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime.
Boy, how about the speed with which this offense can get down the field? It's taken them no time at all to get down here, and now they're set up with a first and goal.
This offense continues to be a hot knife through butter. 3 drives, 3 scores, and knocking on the door again on drive number 4. Looking to throw is Williams. And he's going to be dropped back at the 15-yard line. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. First down, a bit of a disaster, and now on 2nd and goal, back even further. To the air, Williams. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Xavier McKinney. And the Packers will take over here at their own 12-yard line.
Definitely not the ideal time to see that mistake, partner, because this is still a one-possession game, and that's at least a field goal that just vanished with that turnover. Now, pressure's on defensively to prevent that pick from turning into points for the other side.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And you got to think, if this is anything other than just taking a knee, I'd be very surprised.
Yeah, they've got enough to talk about at the half. Why do anything else? Just get out of there.
We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And that is over the back line of the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll bring this out to the 30. Man, I just love being in this stadium. So much history, tradition, so many great teams and games, and we're seeing a pretty good one right now, hotly contested in the 3rd quarter. Finding Waddle crossing the field and bringing it in. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. No question that they're going to continue to look his way. 6 catches in the first half and now 7 on the game. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Well, tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And a return across midfield into the 46-yard line. Tough one there. First drive of the 3rd quarter, throw an interception, and now a chance that they could be in even a bigger hole if they can convert this into points.
Yeah, but how good do you feel if you're that defensive coordinator right now? Because you just know that the head coach looked at him and said, turn him loose, big man. And he'd be able to take a few extra chances playing with this type of a lead, and boy, it paid off.
And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. The catch and run, good for 24 yards.
At the 22-yard line.
They'll send a receiver in motion to the left. They'll get it forward to him on the touch pass. Oh, and that is well read defensively. A great job of setting the edge, and that little touch pass is going to turn into a loss. This defense not fooled one bit on that touch pass.
And this has become one of those kind of in vogue plays, you know, kind of like the shuffle pass was a few years ago. This one never got off the ground, but you understand why a lot of teams are running it. These wide receivers, a lot of them, they run like running backs with the ball in their hands.
And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. 147 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night. Right back to him on first down. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. He lost 6 there on the first down play.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustments, what they talked about, maybe it was just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But looks like they're ready to go.
Hands it off out of the gun. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be third and less than a yard.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
They'll try to run this one in. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. A great effort there with now 3 Week 1 touchdowns. And the Packers have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead now up to 14. So the Packer kickoff team set to go as they will kick this one away. And this one over the back line of the end zone. Well, they definitely don't want to give him a shot at returning it. That's obvious. So the ball will come out to the 30. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call the playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. It'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's third down. To throw, it's Williams. And for a third time tonight, he's intercepted. And he's going to get this one back to the 20-yard line. With the points that we've seen scored, neither defense has been at their best, but these guys, they've been a little bit better, Charles, and a nice interception there.
Yeah, you're right about that, Brandon. Let's face it. It's not always how you start, it's how you finish, right? So maybe you have a rough game all the way along, but if you make a big play like that at the right time, it can make everything turn.
Nowhere to turn this time. He goes down. Sack back at the 29. They dial up the corner blitz that time, and it delivers to the tune of a 9-yard loss. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Now a handoff up the middle. Parker. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Just a 1-yard loss that time, but that's not what they needed. Now they're dealing with a 3rd and long. To throw now. Here's Love. Throw left side complete. That's Parker. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. And it's a 15-yard pickup, but it'll lead to a 4th down.
Will Reichard on for the field goal.
And his kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So the interception set him up with terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
And that one not returnable, not by a long stretch, over the back line of the end zone, so that's going to be spotted up at the 35-yard line. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Here's Williams. He's got this complete to Burden. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. Now 2nd and 3.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3.
Off the play fake, it's Williams. Pass caught by Burden. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 30. 17 yards on the play as they try to eat into this 17-point deficit.
First and 10 at the 30-yard line.
To throw once more, here's Williams. Open man down the field, that's Burden. And he's down into the red zone at the 15 after a gain of 15. First and 10.
That's another Bears first down. First and 10 at the 15-yard line.
And we've got movement. I think this is against the Bears here. Let's find out. The full start backs him up 5. First and 15. To throw, Williams. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. Call it a gain of 12, but of course not a first down due to the previous penalty. Second down and 3.
Second and 3.
Throwing is Williams. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. And the Packers are going to get the football back as time will run out in this 3rd quarter of play. 4th quarter coming up here on Thursday Night Prime Time. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable 4th quarter lead. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. 161 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's going on.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
Second down, 8 to go from the 28. Love looking to throw it. He finds his receiver, Watson. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. 63 yards receiving for him now. And that last catch good enough for a first down.
First down, Green Bay.
Up the middle they go. Parker. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. That good for 22 and a first down.
A gain of 22 yards. And the Packer first down.
And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Finally, defensively, they have a little clip to show positive for actually stopping him running the football.
It's been a really long night for them, hasn't it? So they got a little bit of a win there, but let's face it, the vision that he's had running the football has carried his feet to the open spaces and to big yardage all night long.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. Love now. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up third down. To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the second half. That's just his second incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in, because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit, but a lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
On third down, it's Parker. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th. That kind of looked like a defense fed up by being gashed in the running game all night.
Yeah, and imagine their coach saying, if you're fed up on that play, where were you the rest of the time? What took you so long to flip it over to the offensive side? They've been dominating this thing, and to finally have a play go against them, that's not something that's going to make them feel very good this evening.
Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And no doubt this is not the way that they had hoped to open their season. Thoroughly outplayed here in front of the national audience. And he's got his man in stride, complete. They'll go for a gain of 7. And that's going to bring up second down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Here's 2nd and 3. Looking to throw. Williams. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield. Complete. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10.
48-yard line.
Operating from the gun. Williams. And that one drops down. Incomplete. Good coverage there. Forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. Well, we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. And I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Again, he'll drop to throw. And oh, my goodness, here's a 5th interception. Sauce Gardner puts it on. And the Packers are going to get it back here just shy of the 20. I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his 2nd interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ballgame, I would have said never, not in a million years. But here we go. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5. He's been quiet today in the passing game, just his 2nd catch.
Yeah, and people have to come up with schemes to limit him. And what a lot of teams do, they'll double him, you know, use a linebacker underneath, a safety over the top. Sometimes they'll just take a corner, maybe their 3rd corner if he's a bigger guy, and put him on a man-to-man to try and limit his touches. Just keep mixing it up, give him different angles, different looks, like a good boxer does.
That one looks like he'll throw here. He's going to launch this deep for Watson. This is caught inside the 15. And he takes it in for the score on the game's final play, so it doesn't affect the outcome. Put a little whipped cream on top to their ending.
Or as our friends in Bayou Country would say, that's a little lagniappe, a little extra on top.
Turning into a really good performance on the road. Week 1, you're just hoping for that first win. It's tough to do it away from home, though, but they're looking strong.
It certainly is. Any road win in the NFL is a great road win. I mean, it just does not matter whether it's supposed to be tough or not. In this particular situation, how great will they feel leaving with a win on the road against a tough opponent?
A little work still to do, though. So that's a wrap. For Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. With that, we say good night from Chicago.